Welcome to my channel. Try this quiz and see how many questions you can get right. Let's get started.
Question 1. What is the capital city of New South Wales? A. Melbourne. B. Sydney. C. Canberra. D. Brisbane. Correct answer B. Sydney. Sydney is the capital city of New South Wales and is the centre of the state government. Although Canberra is the national capital of Australia, it is located in the Australian Capital Territory, not in New South Wales. Melbourne is the capital of Victoria and Brisbane is the capital of Queensland. Question 2. In which city are the Australian of the Year awards announced? A. Melbourne. B. Sydney. C. Canberra. D. Brisbane. Correct answer C. Canberra. The Australian of the Year awards are announced in Canberra, the national capital of Australia. The ceremony is held there each year because Canberra is the centre of the Australian government and national official events. Question 3. In the Northern Territory, who represents the King of Australia? A. The Governor. B. The Chief Minister. C. The Administrator. D. The Speaker of the Legislative Assembly. Correct answer C. The Administrator. In the Northern Territory, the King of Australia is represented by the Administrator. Unlike the states, which have governors as the King's representatives, the Northern Territory has an administrator who performs similar constitutional and ceremonial duties at the territory level. Question 4. Which animal appears on the Australian coat of arms as a national symbol? A. Kangaroo. B. Koala. C. Platypus. D. Dingo. Correct answer A. Kangaroo. The kangaroo appears on the Australian coat of arms and is widely recognised as a national symbol of Australia. It represents the country's identity and forward progress. While animals such as the koala, platypus and dingo are native to Australia, they do not appear on the national coat of arms. Question 5. Who were the first non-European migrants to settle in Australia? A. Americans. B. British migrants. C. Indian migrants. D. Chinese migrants. Correct answer D. Chinese migrants. Chinese migrants were the first significant non-European group to arrive in large numbers. Many came during the gold rush in the 1850s. They played an important role in Australia's early economic development, especially in mining and trade. Question 6. What does freedom of speech mean in Australia? A. People can say or write their opinions within the law. B. People can ignore Australian laws. C. People can promote violence against others. D. People can provide false information without consequences. Correct answer A. People can say or write their opinions within the law. Freedom of speech in Australia means that people are free to express their opinions, discuss ideas, and share their views. However, this freedom must be exercised within the law. It does not allow people to break the law, spread harmful misinformation, or incite violence. Question 7. What is one responsibility of every Australian? A. Depend on government support at all times. B. Support themselves and, if possible, their family. C. Avoid responsibility for family members. D. Focus only on personal interests. Correct answer, B. Support themselves and, if possible, their family. In Australia, individuals are expected to take responsibility for supporting themselves and, where appropriate, their family. While government assistance is available for those in need, personal responsibility and self-reliance are important values in Australian society. Question 8. What is a fundamental value of Australian society? A. Equal rights for people of one particular religion. B. Equal rights based only on nationality. C. Equal rights based only on gender. D. Equal rights for all people regardless of background. Correct answer, D. Equal rights for all people regardless of background. A fundamental value of Australian society is equality. This means that all people are entitled to equal rights and protection under the law, regardless of their religion, nationality, gender, or cultural background. Discrimination based on these factors is not consistent with Australian values. Question 9. What is expected of everyone living in Australia? A. Avoid public responsibilities. B. Apply for citizenship immediately after arrival. C. Contribute to the community and participate in society. D. Live independently without community involvement. Correct answer, C. Contribute to the community and participate in society. Everyone living in Australia is expected to follow the law, respect others, and contribute to the community. Active participation in society, such as working, studying, volunteering, or helping others, helps maintain a strong, cohesive, and democratic nation. Question 10. Who formally appoints judges to federal courts in Australia? A. The Prime Minister. B. The Governor-General. C. The High Court of Australia. D. The Australian Electoral Commission. Correct answer, B. The Governor-General. Judges of federal courts are formally appointed by the Governor-General, who acts on the advice of the Australian Government. Although the Prime Minister and Cabinet recommend appointments, the official authority to appoint judges rests with the Governor-General. Question 11. Which event marked the beginning of permanent European settlement in Australia? A. The arrival of the First Fleet at Sydney Cove in 1788. B. The Federation of Australia in 1901. C. The Declaration of Australian Independence. D. The discovery of gold in Victoria. Correct answer, A. The arrival of the First Fleet at Sydney Cove in 1788. Permanent European settlement began in 1788, when the First Fleet arrived at Sydney Cove and established the first British colony. This event officially marks the start of European settlement in Australia. Question 12. In Australia, can a woman be offered a job instead of a man if she has better qualifications and skills? A. Only in certain industries. B. Yes, if she is the best qualified applicant. C. No, men must be given priority. D. No, gender is more important than qualifications. Correct answer B. Yes, if she is the best qualified applicant. In Australia, men and women have equal rights under the law. Employment decisions should be based on merit, including qualifications, skills, and experience, not gender. Therefore, if a woman has better qualifications and skills, she has the right to be offered the job. Question 13. Can religious or cultural practices override Australian law? A. Only in private matters. B. Only with community approval. C. No, Australian law applies to everyone. D. Yes, if they are part of a recognised religion. Correct answer C. No, Australian law applies to everyone. In Australia, the law applies equally to all people, regardless of their religion or cultural background. Religious or cultural practices cannot override Australian law. If any religious practice conflicts with Australian law, the law of Australia must be followed. Question 14. Who carries out ceremonial duties at the national level in Australia? A. The Prime Minister. B. The Governor-General. C. The President of the Senate. D. The Chief Justice of the High Court. Correct answer B. The Governor-General. At the national level, the Governor-General performs important ceremonial duties, such as representing Australia at official events, welcoming foreign leaders and giving royal assent to laws. While the Prime Minister leads the government and the Chief Justice heads the High Court, ceremonial responsibilities are mainly carried out by the Governor-General. Question 15. In Australia, how are people expected to deal with disagreements? A. By respecting and listening to others even when they disagree. B. By refusing to discuss different opinions. C. By only supporting people with the same views. D. By ending relationships over disagreements. Correct answer A. By respecting and listening to others even when they disagree. In Australia, people are expected to express their views peacefully and respect the opinions of others. Even when there is disagreement, individuals should treat each other with tolerance and respect. This helps maintain social harmony and supports Australia's democratic values. Question 16. Is voting compulsory in Australia for eligible citizens? A. Yes, but only in federal elections. B. Yes, voting is compulsory for eligible citizens. C. No, voting is voluntary. D. No, only permanent residents must vote. Correct answer B. Yes, voting is compulsory for eligible citizens. In Australia, voting is compulsory for eligible citizens in federal, state and territory elections. Citizens must enrol to vote and attend a polling place or vote by approved methods. Failure to vote without a valid reason may result in a fine. Question 17. Which of the following is a responsibility of an Australian citizen? A. Vote in federal and state elections. B. Apply for an Australian passport. C. Receive government benefits. D. Travel freely overseas. Correct answer A. Vote in federal and state elections. Australian citizens have certain responsibilities, including enrolling to vote and voting in federal and state or territory elections. The other options describe rights or personal choices, not responsibilities. For example, applying for a passport and travelling overseas are rights, and receiving government benefits is not a required duty. Question 18. What is a proposed new law or a change to an existing law in the Australian Parliament called? A. A bill. B. A regulation. C. A petition. D. An amendment notice. Correct answer A. A bill. In the Australian Parliament, a proposed new law or a change to an existing law is called a bill. A bill must be debated and passed by both Houses of Parliament and then receive royal assent before it becomes law. Question 19. After a federal election, what is the role of the party or coalition with the second largest number of members in the House of Representatives? A. The Cabinet. B. The Government. C. The Opposition. D. The Governor-General. Correct answer C. The Opposition. After a federal election, the party or coalition with the largest number of members in the House of Representatives forms the government. The party or coalition with the second largest number of members becomes the opposition. The opposition's role is to question the government, examine proposed laws, and present alternative policies. Question 20. How can individuals actively contribute to Australian society? A. By taking part in community activities, volunteering and engaging in civic life. B. By avoiding political discussion. C. By participating only in national holidays. D. By focusing only on personal financial success. Correct answer A. By taking part in community activities, volunteering and engaging in civic life. People can actively contribute to Australian society by becoming involved in their community, volunteer.
Thank you for watching. How many questions did you pass? Don't forget to like, subscribe for me. Bye.